Israeli officials are demanding the resignation of UN Chief Antonio Guterres for alleging international law violations in their Gaza offensive. Guterres had said the Hamas attacks of the 7th of October did not happen in a vacuum. He also claimed that the Palestinians have been quote-unquote subjected to 56 years of suffocating occupation. Listen in to the UN chief's comments.
It is important to also recognize the attacks by Hamas did not happen in a vacuum. The Palestinian people have been subjected to 56 years of suffocating occupation. They have seen their land steadily devoured by settlements and plagued by violence, their economy stifled, their people displaced, and their homes demolished. Their hopes for a political solution to their plight have been vanishing. But the grievances of the Palestinian people cannot justify the appalling attacks by Hamas, and those appalling attacks cannot justify the collective punishment of the Palestinian people.
Now, these remarks have angered Israeli officials. Israeli envoy to the United Nations has demanded that Guterres resign from his post. In a sharp response, the envoy even said that the UN chief has expressed an understanding for a campaign of mass murder. Israel's foreign minister rejected connecting the violence to the occupation. He said Israel gave the entire Gaza to the Palestinians with its withdrawal in 2005.
I think that the Secretary-General must resign, because from now on, every day that he is here in this building, unless he apologizes immediately, today we called him to apologize, there's no justification to the existence of this building. This building was established to prevent atrocities. How can the Secretary-General, with his words, justify in any way the terrible atrocities that happened to our civilians, innocent civilians?
We give Palestinian Gaza till the last millimeter. There is no dispute in regards to the land of Gaza. But they take the money they receive from the world, and instead of building hospital, office building, commercial center, they took the money to dig tunnels, to build rocket factory, not for the favor of the people.
The United Nations chief has demanded an immediate ceasefire. He stressed that the only realistic foundation for a true peace and stability is the two-state solution. Several other nations, including in Europe, are also voicing support for this. During the recent Cairo Peace Summit on the ongoing war, the European Union highlighted that a lasting peace can only be based on such a solution. French President Emmanuel Macron, who is currently on a West Asia tour, has also reiterated the need for a two-state solution, while calling for an immediate cessation of the aggression in Gaza. Meanwhile, Israel has banned the mention of Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg from the Israeli public education curriculum. Thunberg has expressed support for Gaza while sharing an image on social media platform X. The 20-year-old, along with 3 other activists, were holding placards in support of Gaza. Now, for more on this, WION's correspondent Jody Cohen is now joining us live from Ra'anana. Jody has been covering the Israel-Hamas war very closely from ground zero for us. Jody, thank you so much for joining us. Now, I wanted to ask you, what's the latest on the discord over the comments during the UNSC meet by Guterres? Israel has also asked for Antonio Guterres to resign over these comments. What can you tell us?
Israel has called on UN Chief Antonio Guterres to resign and is denying visas to UN officials now after Guterres appeared to justify Hamas's massacre on the 7th of October. Remember, in that massacre, 1,400 people were killed, and I've witnessed classified evidence of those atrocities which have not been released to the public out of consideration to the families, but have been shown to several world leaders. Now, Guterres said that it is important to also recognise the attacks by Hamas did not happen in a vacuum at that UN Security Council meeting on the Israel-Hamas war. And Israel's ambassador to the UN, Gilad Erdan, says that the comments constitute a justification for terrorism and murder. Now, Secretary of State Blinken, in his speech to the UNSC, said that he's been having conversations with world leaders who have acknowledged Israel's right to respond to Hamas's attacks, but is asking where's the public condemnation of the horrors, where's the outrage, where's the revulsion? That's a quote from him. Now, Foreign Minister Cohen also spoke at the UNSC. He played a recording of a Hamas terrorist calling his parents to celebrate killing 10 Jews. And family members of the hostages gathered outside the UN headquarters calling for action on the hostages. And Foreign Minister Cohen subsequently cancelled a meeting that he had scheduled with Guterres.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.